chat. Good morning to Wellness Wednesday.
Woohoo, woohoo.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, there's this. It hits me with the ad as soon as we go live. I always hate that. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the next segment of Wellness Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about the pillars of wellness. I posted them up high. It's also going to be in the description, the description box. I'll let Lexi go over all that, but I'm just going to do a quick hello. Kimmy, hello, sweetheart. Lorene, my baby doll. Loom Nader Tater, Grandpa Tater Nader. Hi, Grandma Nader. Welcome in, sweetheart. Chickadee. There's my chickadee. Hi, my Granny D. Hey, number 13 is Lucky. Yes, it is, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Barb, B-R-B. Barbara Wigglebib. That's my wiggle. Hi, baby Baker. Bree. Hi, Bree. That just reminded me. Hold on. Hold the line. I need to show the cross.
Hi, Amy. Welcome. Glad you're able to catch us live.
Yeah. You can say hi to people now.
Oh, and guys, I got a microphone.
Mic, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
I was going back and editing videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds really bad. I'm so sorry. But you know what? We're leveling up. We're making the equipment match the goodness. So yeah. I'm really excited. I may or may not have stolen it from my gamer guy, but hey, we're here.
What's his is yours, and what's yours is yours. So
yes, that's right.
No, you know he's probably going to come back with one for you now.
I have a studio recording microphone for the music endeavors because those are on the back burner.
I was like, I'm sick of this copyright stuff, so I'm just gonna have you make me some music.
Right?
Gosh, they hit us. I can't believe that. 13 seconds of Baby Bash, and they took my. That's so silly. So I had to take all those cute little things and redo it. But
it's silly. But as an artist, you would want to be getting your money if you were the artist. So I appreciate it.
I can understand it. Darlene, Amy, Sharon. There's my Jessica, Londa Rose, Laura. Hello, Block Ministry. Carrie and Sam. Sam, you didn't email me for your free pattern. Got to email me, child.
Oh, I see Mara. You have something special.
Yes.
You have something special in the mail.
Yes. I was on Zoom with her yesterday. I was like, I got a tracking number. But yeah, so I can't wait for her to get her thing. Thank you, Carrie the Yarny Elephant, for sending your peeps in the get on the bus. She got the party bus jumping off and came over to see us. And I have to tell you guys, my sister Carrie did something very, very beautiful. So normally I didn't mean to stomp on her time. She's usually on right now. But because we're coming on right now, she's going on an hour earlier and then going to come over to see us because she said she wanted to be here. I love you, Carrie. Thank you, my love. So you guys, if you want to go kick it with Carrie, the Yarny Elephant, for her hour before this, and then you can come over to this if you're ever just sitting having coffee, go check out Carrie, the Yarny Elefante. All right. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to just really give this over to Lex. We have a couple of pictures just a picture, I think, today.
Yeah.
And I'll make myself. Do you need to be big so they can see you, or do you want the Ikigai up big and then we're little on the sides?
So when I start talking about it, you can bring it up, and I don't need to be on video for that. So if you just want to have the picture up, if they want to take notes or whatever, we can do that.
Yeah, you just tell me when you want stuff up.
Okay.
And then I will make myself little, and I'm gonna work on my boggy blanket, my boggy design while I'm listening, and because we can multitask like that.
Yes. And then are we gonna officially close the auction for this piece?
Do you want to do it at the beginning or the end to give anyone here that has a chance to go over and maybe bid?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I'm always
How
like,
do you
I
want
just
that
want to give
energy?
it to the first person that wants it, like, because it's,
Like a claim it.
yes.
Let's see. And I don't think Mishi's here. I think she worked late last night. Let me, and Thrissy might be, no, I don't see Thrissy either yet. No Thrissy yet. Maureen, hi baby.
Okay. Well, let's keep it open for our people that are live. This is the piece that is currently up for auction. The current bid's at 75. This is a 5x7. Metallic on canvas. So you've got gold and copper and turquoise and sort of a fuchsia magenta, white, and then the black overlay line.
Let me see something. It might let me.
I'm also open for commissions. I'm working on a couple of pet portraits right now. I'm super excited. I see Lorene in the chat. I'm super excited and honored to help her with that. It's definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm really excited to get into it. I am also going to be offering readings. So in our Monday event, I did a really short card reading, but I can go much deeper into Oracle and Tarot. And then I also work with crystals. So I do something called energy crystal reading. So basically, we would get into sort of a meditation together. We would connect. This is a one-on-one experience. And then we would call upon whatever crystal is trying to communicate. And in my world, I believe that every single rock and stone and piece of nature has its own personality and its own voice. And that's why when you're walking along the trail or the river or the ocean and something calls out to you, there's medicine in that and there's purpose in that. So when you pick that up, and thinking about stones, they're ancient. They're the oldest things to be on this earth. Before there was living organisms, there were stones. So I like to think that they have some really, really ancient, wise wisdom to share with us. And I happen to have a special relationship with them. So if that's something that calls out to you, I'm going to be doing mini readings for 30 minutes for $33. So super, super fun. And I'm also a numerologist. So I really love to work with numbers. We can break down business names, your birth name, your birthday. There's numbers for all kinds of different things in your life. And each number corresponds with different ideas and symbols in nature. So similar to astrology, we put meaning and purpose to each number. That way you're able to take information and allow it to help you in your life and give you guidance and good affirmation and everything. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in. And then as always, we're doing the one-on-one wellness sessions. So we could also do small group of like 5 or 6 people if you have a small group that you'd like to share the space with. I'm figuring out the StreamYard thing, but I guess we can use that as a meeting room. So that would be really fun. And it would allow you to come to me with your exact path and what you're wanting assistance with and what you're wanting to really focus on. So yeah, my email's listed below. You can also go to my YouTube and find me there. So before I get into our sort of lesson of the day, I would love to pull cards again from our Kuan Yin deck. She's the first deck that I ever worked with. And this deck has been around the world with me to India, to Indonesia, to Mexico. Where else have we gone? We've been to Sri Lanka. We've been all over. We've been all over the US. So there's a lot of good energy here. So I'm just going to take a moment to connect with the cards and call you all in who would like to share this practice and see what card wants to pop out. So first, I always like to look at the card first and see the feeling that comes up before I read the description. So in this image, there's a woman sitting atop a buffalo. and it looks like they're walking along a train track. There's a lot of peacefulness in her face and in the face of the buffalo. And it feels like they're very supported in this path. And they're taking the quick path. So instead of having to trek along hard terrain and, up and down mountains, they're taking the train track, the path that's been carved, the path that's clear to them. And sometimes I think that our highest path can be really rocky and ups and downs, but then other times it's really clear and defined. And so that's up to each of us in our own intuition to follow our path. So here she is.
Oh, she's beautiful.
And the card itself says, uniquely you. The more we are willing to become authentic rather than conventional, the more we will need to eschew conditioning in favor of aliveness. Be willing to run the risk of being authentic so that you can live from your heart and experience real joy.
Right? We talk about being authentic a lot because there's a lot of people on the YouTube streets that are not authentic.
Well, just in life.
They don't bring their true selves here. But no, I'm saying we deal with that a lot as content creators, and in our fiber industry, artists and all of that. That there's a lot of, you're like, wait a minute, is that the same person? And it's not. That's why I've always stood on the platform of what you see is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be when I push the button, I try to be the same person as when I push the button and turn it off.
Yeah.
Just like when you're professional in your job, well, you're professional in public as well. So it's like, I try to bring who I am always.
And who you are for today, because like our best looks different every single day.
Every day, yes.
And so not having to put up a face or an energy of, and that's something I feel like we've worked with too, is like, just because you're not to the tens doesn't mean you have to show up. And so this card really speaks to me in my journey too, of like, just be unique, just be yourself, and whatever comes and happens.
Yeah.
And that's your path, that's your choice.
Yeah.
But to be inauthentic is really a disservice to yourself first, because then you don't get to really connect with the people on a more vulnerable, deeper level. And that's what we all want, is just deeper connection.
Right.
Deeper connection.
The person that you're corresponding with or you're interacting with, when they see that I can never say that word, inauthenticity. When they see that person then feels kind of betrayed and deceived, because that it's not, it's like the energy. Anyway, I'm sorry. I told you I was going to let you, and here I am.
No, it's nice to talk about it. It's nice to talk about it and get different perspectives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this.
Yes,
yeah, exactly, Jessica. It's like you become put off because your inner intuition's like, something's off about this. This person seems to be struggling, but they're saying everything's like, when you ask someone if they're okay and they're like, I'm fine. Like, they're clearly not fine.
Yeah. And you're like, fine's not an emotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me an emotion. How are you feeling today? Not how do you look?
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually what I brought today to talk to everybody about, is like the pillars of wellness. And the first one on the list is emotional. So when we think about our wellness, it's important to think of ourselves as a whole system. In order to be well, like, all of these pillars need to be aligned. All of these pillars need to be tended to. And that can seem like a daunting task at first, because it's like, wait, I have to have my whole life together. And it's like, no, it's the journey. It's the path of bringing these pillars into alignment and finding balance in them. And it's a constant balancing act, like juggling or walking a tightrope. It's like, there's going to be times when you're unsteady and you fall and all of that. But it's about the journey of getting back on and continuing. So emotional wellness is the first on the list. And a really nice way to tune into that is to just sit in silence with nature, with yourself in the mornings and the evenings, and just listen to yourself. Listen to your body and the senses that you have coming up and try to identify them, put words to them, put um, even a character to them, because emotions are there to tell you something. So they're there to tell you something. They're there to be tended to. They don't want to be ignored. They don't want to be stuffed away or drowned away. They just want to be seen. And I think the more we look at them and make space for them, the more they can travel on down the river and the next can come in. And it's the cyclical nature of allowing it to come and pass and going through the cycle of highs and lows and peaks and valleys and all of that. And then the next is physical. So once we have an idea of our emotional balance, where we're feeling emotionally, whether we're grieving, whether we're feeling really excited and joyful, whether we're a little neutral, it's an opportunity to welcome in the physical body through exercise, through cooking, through cleaning our homes, through gardening, through just taking a walk. For some people, it's doing a really intense HIIT workout. For some people, it's
hot
giving
yoga.
Yeah. Everyone's different. Like no wellness journey is the same.
Right.
Every single person is going to have their own journey with this. So I can't tell you a secret formula to experience wellness. That's for you to discover. And what a beautiful way to discover what works for you, what doesn't. And again, this is an everyday practice. So what works for you yesterday might not be what you need today. So it's a beautiful place of discovery, of wonder, of what do I need today? What is my body and soul calling today? And just like mindfulness, wellness is bringing in your mind, body, and your spirit. So the intellectual, the physical, and the part outside of ourselves, the spiritual part.
And with that physical, real quick, I wanted to jump in with, again, I still feel the blessings from our class. And when you find that Pitta Kapha, Vata, and what kind of foods you're supposed to be eating during the seasons and for your body and what your ethnicities are, that someone from Costa Rica is not going to have the same metabolism and their bodies aren't going to be nurtured by the same kind of foods as someone in Alaska.
Right.
It's like our bodies, our physical bodies, if you don't know, I shouldn't be eating starchy potato.
Even your blood type is one. Your blood type, your ancestry.
Very important.
Learning about your ancestry, where you come from, is really interesting. And I've been getting into, there's different philosophies, but for blood types even, there's some really interesting information out there about eating for your blood type.
Yes.
And it makes sense. I looked into it and it's like there's certain foods that they mark as not being great for me. And I look back in my life and I'm like, oh, makes sense
like
why I was
pepper,
sick.
all the nightshade stuff, and
Totally.
why you were always so like bundled up in here and like everything. You always had a hard time going potty, and as soon as you stop eating that stuff.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. And so this is just an opportunity for us all to go on a journey and discover ourselves and learn about our families and learn about our histories and really think of ourselves as physical beings, because we are physical.
It helps you understand how you react to things.
Yeah.
When you grow up in a household that, the littlest thing you do, you get smacked or whatever. So when your first knee-jerk reaction is when something confrontational happens is to instead of what? I've got my power. You're not going to take my power from me, and we have to relearn all that. I'm 50 years old and I'm finally taking that power away from the people that took it from me.
Right.
And I will not cower to anyone ever again. But it took me 50 years to find that in myself. And it didn't matter who told me. It didn't tell me what I read or classes I went to or teachings or watching and seeing how I want that. It had to click for myself, and I had to be done. Like I've always told you since you were a small child, when you're done, you'll be done.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll be the end of it.
Yeah.
Right? Until you're done feeling that way and you're done abusing your body, you won't be done. But when you are, you're going to be like, what took me so long? Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Real quick, hold on, hold, please. Baritza, you need to email me for your pattern, sweetheart. Okay, go ahead.
And I wanted to point out, I see Crafty Gypsy, I see your note on the about potatoes, and I think that potatoes were like introduced later when all of the land was being seized and their livestock. Like, I think the Irish were really meat and broth and other root vegetables like carrots and some herbs, but like
parsnips and more things were like in nature.
But I think mostly it was probably the meat and the bones and the stalks and the broth, things like that. And like not wheat, obviously. Like wheat was something that came in much later. But when
our bodies can't digest it. It's like cow's milk. We're not baby cows.
Cow's milk, see, that's where it can get really, there's a lot of information on both sides. Is like we used to live amongst our cows, and our cows did provide cream and milk for our butter, and it wasn't
after the babies were off the breast.
It wasn't until pasteurization came in that killed all of the enzymes and the good stuff, and everything was getting shipped around. But when you had your family cow, that cow was loved, that cow provided this thing for you that gave you protein and nutrients and fat. So everyone has their own experience and their own journey with food. It's an intuitive thing. So I don't like putting rules or stigmas as any food being good or bad. I don't.
True. That's very true. I'm sorry. I retract. Okay. We ain't baby cows.
a lot of it's like programmed too.
Yeah. Some people really need that glass of milk every day,
Yeah.
Mima Don P said something really wonderful I'd like to share. It says, I stand in the superhero pose for 5 minutes at the start of every day, and everything that scares me, be gone. I love the superhero pose.
Yeah, that's really powerful.
Like there's Mishi. So far, Mishi, looks like you've got the winning bid. We're just kind of leaving it open for a minute.
Yep. It's sitting at 75.
Yeah.
So, moving on from physical, and for any of these pillars, we could go so deep. We could really deep dive these.
So we could do one for each episode.
I'm even considering doing small groups like off where it's more of like maybe a series that we do for a small fee where we can go and like really delve into learning about it and really receiving something from it. So the next pillar is occupational. So I feel like this is a good time to talk about the ikigai. It's a Japanese ikigai, and it has to do with your purpose.
Let me put it up.
It's like your life purpose. So there's this really beautiful diagram, and I'm considering doing a workshop on this so that we can really, can you guys see that?
Hold on, I can make it bigger.
Even if we zoom into each pillar, if that's possible. Okay. Yeah, so it's like your purpose or your reason for being. And it kind of feeds on our Monday's call with Dream Your Dream. Like the things that you have in you are there for a reason, and they're special to you. So this is a really fun quadrant Venn diagram that you can create. And the first pillar is what you love. So you would fill in that section with all the things you love. And then you would do, the next pillar would be what the world needs. So you think about in the world, like, where are we lacking? What do the children need? What do the elderly need? What do the homeless need? What does everyone need? And then what can you be paid for? What is something that can there be an exchange for? What are you good at? So sometimes the things that we love, we're not necessarily good at. Um, and when you fuse them, so when you take what you love and what the world needs, that can be your mission statement. And then when you think about what the world needs and what can you be paid for, that's the vocation. That's like the occupation. That's what you can spend your time and money or spend your time on to create abundance in your life. And then when you take what you can be paid for and what you're good at, that becomes the profession. So you take something that you're really good at and that you can be paid for, and then boom, you have your profession. And then you take what you love, what you're good at, that's the passion. So hopefully you can take all of these things and fuse them together into something that not only you love, the world needs it, you can be paid for it, and you're really good at it. You know, and with that, it's like on this diagram, they have delight and fullness, but no wealth, but with your passion and your mission. And then there's excitement, complacency, but a sense of uncertainty. If you are doing what the world needs and what you can be paid for, but there's no passion there's no love, there's no any of that. And then in this little section you have comfortable but feeling of empty. Is like, yeah, because it's missing the love, it's missing what you're passionate about. So I really like this idea of fusing it all together to get that ikigai, that purpose and that reason for being. So that's a way that you can practice. If you're somebody that your art is sort of on the side and you want to be paid for it, it's a matter of bringing in that, what the world needs, how can I be paid for it? And putting yourself out there, because art deserves an exchange. And yes, it feels beautiful to give, but also like everybody's got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a beautiful part about like joining this community, is I see how much the currency moves around, and how much when somebody's in need, that money comes up. And then, you have an abundance here, so you're able to share. Oh, we have nurses. That's wonderful. Yes.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like,
Mishi and Jessica are both nurses.
that's a perfect example of ikigai. So you have that fulfillment. You have that inner knowing that, you're doing something that you love. You're obviously bringing money home. The world absolutely needs wonderful nurses, and you're really good at it.
Yeah. Jessica always talks about how her patients are like her little family. They're like her little grandmas and grandpas that she takes care of, And
Yeah.
I love her for that. I mean, that girl has a heart of gold. I mean,
I feel it.
that's my sister.
I love it.
Her and Mishi are both really, really kind people. You can feel the kindness in their hearts. And it's very authentic.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt. So, yeah, this is a really fun exercise. If there's enough of us that want to get together, we could do like a little workshop on this. We could even have it turning into like a little bit of a mood board, or, oh my gosh, not mood board. What is it, Mom?
A dream board?
Dream board. There's another name for it. Why is it not coming to me?
Yeah, mood board, dream board. Like the thing that we did.
Vision board.
Vision board. Yes.
Hello.
I was like, well, I can see one right there.
Yeah. Yeah. That can be really fun to get together and work on together and share. So
yeah,
cool.
For sure.
Okay,
this is just the beginning, you guys, and we will continue to do this. I see, because like I've told you guys from the beginning, everything that's on my channel is just me sharing things that make me happy. So this makes me happy, and I'm documenting it. So it's like a take it or leave it. If you don't like something we're discussing, then you don't have to be here. you know, or you can come to the next one. Like I said, we're going to try to give you an idea of what we'll be working on, but I want to keep doing this because it's holding me accountable. It's getting me up, getting me ready, getting me moving. And I'm working on myself again. I'm nurturing myself. Like last night, I wanted to sit up and work on this blanket and finish it. No, go to bed, be rested, and work in the morning. And I feel so much better tonight or today because I went to bed last night and I slept solid. Yeah. So as crocheters, like, just one more row, just one. No, put it down and go to bed. You are no good to anyone if you exhaust yourself. And that's what was happening to me. I mean, you are getting the brunt of it. You'd call me and I'm like, about work. And I don't want to be that way. I don't want to have all that angst. So here we are. We're working on it. We're working. We're putting in the work, you guys. And I just encourage you to just join us. Just listen. You don't have to do the practices. Just listen at first. You don't got to go buy rocks and stones and all of the things. Or you can delve into things that will help heal. You know, I mean, this one's vibrating. Ooh, this one's vibrating. I felt that all the way in my toes as soon as I picked that beautiful one up.
So I'll show you guys the stone I brought today. This was a gift from my Auntie Gwen.
Ooh, hold on, let me make it big.
They're pretty much the same. Like they're very watery kind of.
Yes, like cloudy with water.
Blue, the light blue. It's very angelic.
I love my egg. What did you say this was called? I have to go find the card.
I think it's angel quartz or blue quartz.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Or calcite.
Calcite. The tanzanite, or was it?
No.
I almost got a big one. With the.
So the blue one is blue calcite, and that one I think is either epidote or it could be a.
It's got the green with the gold and the brown. I just almost bought Rain was with me. I almost got a big. It was like it was cut in like a diamond, but it was 3-dimensional. Oh, it's gorgeous. When we went to the little fair, but I didn't get it.
The names are less important than the feeling that they give you, in my opinion. Yeah. And when I look at that stone, it's like very earthy and also nature based. So it's like good for the heart, good for grounding, good for emotional.
Oh, look, you got a little bit of help for the bean.
I saw that. Thank you so much. It's really cool.
Kimmy spoils me. She takes really good care of me. She sends me treats a lot. But yeah, and just real quickly, I would like to just mention for anybody that was wanting to help with the bean, we did get the final goal of what we need to raise for the birth, and it's $7,000. The deposit has to be paid ASAP, and that's $1,000. We are pulling in money from everywhere. We've already raised, I think we've got about 300. Yeah. But anything, $5, anything. I mean, there are people, they're sending $5, and but when 5 people send $5, that's $25 we didn't have before. So please don't apologize for only sending $5 or not sending the $5 because you think it's only $5. Every dollar counts, and it's every dollar we don't have right now. So I wish I could just hear and pay the whole thing, but unfortunately I'm not a rich woman. I'm not wealthy. I'm wealthy with love. That's it.
Depends on your definition of rich.
Yeah, well, wealthy, that's why I changed the word to wealthy. But yeah, so any the little PayPals, the little helps, the commissioning, the having the readings, all of that's where we're putting this out. Lexi and I are very similar. Did I raise my child right? That it's really hard for me to just say, hey, can you give me money? Right. No, I need a transfer of energy. I need to give you something in return for the gratitude of it. So that's why Lexi is putting out there, the readings and the one-on-ones and the projects and the commissions, so she can give you a transfer of energy. maybe you've got that $100 that we obviously don't. So you can, when you give us that energy, she can then give you something in return. And it's that exchange means more than anything.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. I just wanted to say that because
Thank you. No, thank you so much. Yeah, I would really like to share the things that I have gained over the years of my own journeys. And yeah, I'm all about exchange and kind of kicking off this small business. It's something that um, that I can do with my baby when they're born and everything. So
oh, look, Crafty Gypsy. I'm sorry, I'm so new with you. I think this is your first time here. I don't know your name, sweetheart. Just had a baby last month.
congrats.
The 4th.
Aw.
Congratulations, sweetheart.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks for everybody for being here. This is such a good group. It's really nice doing the morning thing. So
Yeah,
fresh.
it does. I feel refreshed. But you know what? The Monday night ones, I almost feel like I need that more.
Oh, I mean, I think they're both like
Yeah,
our
that evening
Wednesday.
on a Monday. Mondays are always, wouldn't be a thing if it was a thing, you know.
Yeah.
And oh, Michelle, sweetheart, thank you, baby. Yeah, you guys are an amazing community, and yeah, I cherish you all. You guys have no idea. But sorry, I was just reading that. Go ahead.
Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, so we talked about occupational and our ikigai. And I wanted to say one more piece on that is that intention is really big too. And it's not so much about what you're doing, but it's how you're doing it. So you can bring in your love and you can bring in your deeper sense of purpose and what's the word I'm looking for? And become good at, like something that you're not really good at, you can become good at it through
Like
practice.
mastering it, like you're
Yeah.
mastering. Yeah.
So it's not to say you can only get purpose out of the things that you're naturally born good at. It's like, no, there's so many things. Like I remember my mom starting her crochet journey when I was a little kid, and to see what mastery looks like over years and years and years is really beautiful. So sometimes our life purpose is going to change and adjust over the years. So if you have something that you really feel called to doing too, you just become better and better at it. So the next pillar we have is social. So that's going to be community and relationships. And this is a really great example of that. That no matter where you are in the world, you can tune in and be together with community and feel that sense of family. We really like watching there's like a Netflix special on the blue zones for the people that live to be 100. And I feel like one of the biggest trends amongst blue zones is that these people have community. They're not just retired and living at home by themselves, which sometimes we are retired and we live at home by ourselves. Like that's fine. But having community, having, if you're into chess, if you're into crochet, like whatever you're into, you have that community and you have that place to share your life with and those people. Because not everybody has a big family or a spouse or whatever, but you can still find community and have that social wellness. And it's just really, really imperative.
Thrive. Like when babies have that failure to thrive, adults can get it too. The elderly get it. That's what they say. I retired, I went into a home and I died 3 months later. It's like, it's because they have that failure to thrive. The skin needs to be touched. We need to be embraced. You can't just touch yourself. We need interaction with other human beings. We are pack animals.
Yeah.
We are not made to be solitary at all.
And that's why it was so hard on everybody being stuck inside and not having interaction with anyone outside of our family unit. So, yeah, this is just a reminder that one of the pillars of wellness is social. So if you find that you're alienating yourself from community or not finding time to spend time with friends and family, and wondering why you're feeling crappy and emotional and hurting, it's probably because you need a good hug and you need some time with, laughter and a way to disconnect from all of the craziness and just be in the present moment with loved ones.
Yeah.
And this is a really great time for us. Yeah, we're not able to physically embrace each other, but I feel you all, and I hope you feel me and just feel embraced by this time. So, yeah. And then next we have spiritual. So, for some people, that looks like having prayer. For some people, that looks like setting intentions or having a writing practice where you write in a journal every day. Religion, whatever it is for you that helps you have some type of spiritual connection. Even somebody who is an atheist can have sort of a spiritual connection, not necessarily to God, but to energy. It's like knowing, even on a scientific level, that energy exists in and outside of us. All is energy, all matter is energy. There's really not a lot of physical, like the physical is not really even physical at all. When you shrink it all down, it's a bunch of buzzing little balls of energy and light, and like the physical matter is really just density. So knowing that there's spirit in everything, there's aliveness in everything. Nothing is really that physical.
Yeah.
So that's another pillar, is connecting with that spirituality.
Dawn, and see right there, Dawn incorporated or took into her practices of what I do. When I see someone that is hurting or has good big news or just has something going on, that whether it doesn't have to be sadness, it doesn't have to be grief, it could be that you finished a project you've been working on for 3 years, or you got out of bed today, and you get your hug, you get your shawl and you put it around you, and you just hug yourself for a second, and picture me giving you a hug. And so that is what #hugs is. That's exactly what it is. And then the little card that I send out, it says, because I'm not there to do it myself, wrap this around you, embrace yourself as hard as you can, and squeeze. And that's a big giant hugs from me.
And that's a great example of the energy that's contained in that shawl. You can't see it, but you absolutely feel it.
Yeah.
When you receive a piece that my mom has created or that you've created or a loved one, it holds a different energy and spirit than going to a, Walmart and taking up one of their synthetic machine-made crochet pieces. It doesn't have the energy infused. It doesn't have the love and intention.
Yeah.
So,
because you really are weaving intentions into every stitch.
yeah,
Your thoughts, that energy, it's
your
in the tips
process.
of your fingers. You're weaving that. We are weaving that into our projects. That's why I always, if you're mad, if you're, take a moment to and let it go. Get it out. Put it away.
Yep.
Just get it out of your body so you don't put it into your work. Those are the times you end up making mistakes and have to frog.
Yeah. And that's what we talked about. And I think in our first Wellness Wednesday, was the importance of having grace when, yes, oh my gosh, Jessica, with cooking, that's so true. If you're all in a bad energy cooking food, like not only is it going to taste weird, but you might put too much of this in there or burn it or, yeah. And that's so real and so true. And that's why food made with love and intention, like, makes you feel the way it does.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Happy plants make happy bellies.
Yes. All right. Our next pillar is intellectual, which self-explanatory. Having wellness in the intellect world is learning. So learning about the things that you love, whether it's watching a documentary or reading a book or watching one of your favorite creators do a tutorial. That is a way to serve your intellectual wellness. So I really like that. Even doing a Scrabble puzzle or what's it called? Not Scrabble. Crossword
Sudoku.
puzzle or Sudoku or yeah. Our brains like to be worked and kept going. So yeah, that's another pillar of wellness. And then that moves us into environmental. So that to me gives me feeling of the home. It's also like your immediate environment. So starting from the inside and working your way out. So yeah, environmental wellness is having a priority of keeping things clean and somewhat organized. And I know that's a really daunting task for some of us. Like, I have so much to unpack and figure out with this baby coming. Everything's a hot mess right now. And it all can't be done in one day. Mm-hmm. So my environment is something that I get to work with every day and have grace. And I love to say, bless this mess.
I love it.
Yeah, bless this mess.
We're gonna need to make a sticker.
Yeah, because and I imagine too with like crochet projects, like it can get really out of control, and so
overwhelming. That's a word I hear every day. I'm overwhelmed by whips. Don't overwhelm them. Then you just have a lot. You got to take one at a time, just like you have to take one at a time when you have too many things on your plate. Same thing with your whips.
But this is like a really important pillar in them all. And it's one that if it really falls out of balance, it starts to cross over into our other pillars and can create, imbalance and chaos. Yeah, bless my chaos. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So it's not something that can be done overnight. It's something that is a part of our daily lives, and it's something that we get to do. And just like when you're working on your favorite crochet project or cooking your favorite meal, when you're working on your environment, it's a way to also fuse that intention and that joy. It's putting music on and dancing and making it a joyful thing, making it a gift to yourself.
Yeah. That's a practice that I've recently incorporated, where I used to literally get physically, like I feel physically unwell when I knew I had to do dishes.
Sure.
And my husband has always been the one that has really done the dishes. He's the dish guy. But with his health lately, he's got an Achilles injury and has to stay off his foot. So I'm having to pick that up. And Lexi will tell you, I hate dishes. I would rather do laundry. But
you don't like laundry either.
I've changed my intention with it, the way I feel about it, the way I am pulling it into my physical environment is I'm turning on music, I'm dancing, I'm smiling, I'm laughing, I'm giggling.
Uh-oh. Where'd she go? She must be getting a call. Okay, well, we'll keep going while she comes. Oh, there you are. Did you get a call?
Dadgummit, it happened again. It's that one person that can call that it makes it go through. I've lost my volume again. This happened to creators all week last week.
You're here.
Now my volume is gone. I can't hear anything.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. I can't hear you. I hate this.
Okay, well, that's okay. Technical difficulties. That's all right. Well, that puts us to our last pillar which is financial. And I feel like all of these pillars contribute to financial. So when we're able to get them all balanced and in a good place, and like it's a dance of balancing them all, it's like as you balance one, another's kind of tipping over. And so it's this dash around to keep them all sort of balanced, and it's never ending. And at first that can be kind of overwhelming to think about, but instead it's like this beautiful practice and this job of slowing down and enjoying the process. and knowing that these pillars are always going to be around. They're not going away. So yes, I love that. It's not that you have to do it, it's that you get to do it. That's something that came into my world again this past week for my own practice. When you feel like the list of tasks is longer than the hours in the day, and that's okay. You're not supposed to do it all in one day. It's an everyday practice of balancing these pillars. So yeah, Mama, I was just saying that the last pillar is financial, and that all of the pillars preceding it, as they come into balance, it also creates balance with the financial too.
Yeah.
Um,
I like what Nancy put up here. I heard a creator say they've changed the way they look at things. Instead of I have to do something, is I get to do something. And it's true, because many of us don't get to do anything. You're immobile, you can't leave the house, whatever. And just the simplicity of walking outside and putting your feet in the grass.
yeah.
Some people don't have that ability. They don't get to do that. They should find a way.
Yeah.
Where there's a way.
Yeah, exactly. And I think about my honey and like the amount of hours that he spends working and driving every week. It's like there's a lot of things he doesn't get to do until we have the time and space available for that. And then he really enjoys that time fishing or playing his video games with his buddies. Like that's a big joy and passion of his, or riding his bike, or he likes to play with RC cars. He restores RC cars. And so those are the crafts and things that we get to do. And
he's an amazing artist too.
Yeah, he's also an artist.
Up a pencil and is giving himself grace that it will come.
Yeah, he's been doing some spray paint stuff too, like doing the planets and stars and galaxies with spray paint. So that's been really fun.
I love that.
But yeah, he leaves every morning around 5 and then doesn't get home until sometimes 5 or 6 at night. And then after dinner and, chores, by the time we do that, it's like, okay, time to go to bed. Which I'm sure we all resonate with.
Adulting has no time for anything else. But like you said, you got to make the time though, right?
Yeah. It's definitely a lot of priority setting and things like that. But yes, Zoila, absolutely do what brings you joy. Oh,
you have to, or what are we living for? Yeah. If you don't do things that bring you joy, what are you living for? You have to ask yourself, what am I living for? What am I bringing to my universe? What am I bringing to my environment? What am I bringing to my village?
Yeah.
We got to get out of our own ways sometime.
The life is made for the living.
That's right.
Yep. So that's all my pillars for today. I'm going to close us off with a little mindfulness practice, and then we can just kind of chit chat before the end of the hour. But with that, I would love to invite everyone to get into a comfortable seat. You can, if you're on in a chair, you can place your feet firmly on the ground. And then take a couple of easy deep breaths and let out any tension that's sitting in your chest or your belly. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down, stretching your spine up and your neck, like kind of whatever feels good and comfortable, just opening up your neck. You can look up if that feels good, down. Bring it to the sides, all in your own time with the breath. Really slow movements here.
And I call to you to make noise when you exhale. And if someone laughs at you, tell them to try it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can place your hands on your neck, bring some warmth there, and just reminding your neck to sit upright, and a reminder to activate your shoulders and your neck to try to alleviate the pain from hunching over, from looking down. Really just an invitation to stand tall and open. And breathing deeply into the chest. And allowing space between all those bones and vertebra. Yeah, this is just an invitation to move and open up. Now that we've opened up our top section, you can send the breath deeper. So taking an inhale through your nose and sending it deep down into your belly, letting your belly fill up like a balloon, and then exhaling through your mouth. Maybe it's a sigh. Shaking out our hands, flicking energy away. And this would be a really good, everything we covered today would be a really nice writing exercise. If you're a writer, you can use notes on your phone or physical pen and paper. You could type on your computer and just kind of contemplate what these pillars mean to you, and areas that you feel really strong and balanced, and areas that you feel like maybe have been neglected, abandoned, or not fully present. And I welcome you to see how spending a little extra attention on these pillars and remembering that they all balance each other out, seeing how that affects your life and your wellness.
Don't forget to hydrate.
Yes, please drink lots of water, and make sure to get up and move after this, and stretch your body, touch some grass, hug a tree. And then to close off, we'll bring this piece up one more time. This is the current auction piece that we have. If anyone would like to bid on it, it's currently at $75. It's a 5x7. I will be spraying it with a really nice clear lacquer, so it's going to really pop out the metallics and shine. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to send a little easel tray to go with it. And if anyone is interested in learning more about my card readings and numerology readings, I am taking clients for that. So you can email me. I'm doing mini readings for 30 minutes at $33. If you wanted to spend more time and delve into like all of the things, we could spend an hour or an hour and a half at that same rate for every 30 minutes. And then right now I'm working on a couple of pet portraits, which is really exciting. I will be doing them in a really special style. So what I do is I make the background a fusion of the colors, and then the actual portrait itself will be made with black and white fine lines. And then, yeah.
I'm so proud of you that you didn't let the fear of that being new and something, that you didn't think was not within your scope, and it is.
Yeah.
You have it inside you. You do.
The pricing is also really tricky, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm like, if I'm making a commemorative pet portrait, I just want to give this away. I don't want, like, you've lost your pet. I don't want to charge for that. But I think about their life, and I think about the time and energy that's being put in, and that's a gift that will stay in the family forever.
Yeah. And if you think about it, that the monetary transfer of energy is to help you buy more supplies.
Yeah.
You're giving your artwork, because not everybody can do that. Like I tell people, I can't draw a straight line, but my kid could draw you a mural. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's that you have that, and you sharing that. It's like your artistry is what you're sharing. The monetary part of it is them paying for your supplies, not for your gift.
Yeah.
Your gift is free.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So again, where's that? Did you just see how that intention shifted from pay me for my specialties, pay me because I'm special, to help pay for my supplies so I can make these beautiful things.
Yeah.
Out of here with all that. That's negative.
Yeah.
This lifts up. It's positive. It lifts up.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, and that was a perfect example of shifting the intention.
Mm-hmm.
It's words are power. Words are power. Let me say hi. I'm here now. But all right. Well,
I'm happy to close it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. It is done. It is Mishi's. Misha Bella.
So Mishi, if you're on the chat right now, you can go ahead and send me an email, lexithelou@gmail.com, and I will get your shipping information, and then I'll be able to ship it off and send you the not routing number, the tracking number.
Yeah. Beautiful. I'm so glad Mishi got it. Yeah. And that's like another like wonderful thing is when I see my community loving the artwork and the, it's like we always think, oh gosh, nobody's gonna want it, or they're gonna offer me $20,
Yeah.
And I had a feeling she was at work. She was just popping in, but she's gonna be so happy.
Yay.
And that's the thing, that sometimes it doesn't have to be $400 to get a piece. Lexi is going to be bringing in some of these smaller pieces that are going to be, easier for someone to have and to purchase. And she can make small little, that you guys can ask her to do for you.
Yeah.
In fact, it was so fun. One of your the sun portrait popped up.
This one?
Yeah. That was one of my favorite pictures, the half sun.
Uh-huh. Oh, the one with the face? Nana has that one.
It's this one. It is one of my favorites in the whole wide world. And I have it in one of my very first videos.
Aw.
It's the thumbnail on one of my very first videos. Oh, I didn't realize I had that many videos. Hold on. You talk for a second. Let me find it because I want them to see this.
Oh man, I gotta talk. I'll show the card one more time before we come off too and reread the description. So this is Our Lady. It says, uniquely you, the more we are willing to become authentic rather than conventional, the more we will need to eschew conditioning in favor of aliveness. Be willing to run the risk of being authentic so that you can live from your heart and experience real joy.
That's beautiful.
And this is from the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle from Alana Fairchild. You can find this deck on Etsy.
Ah! See, it's right here.
Oh yeah, that's the one above my door right now. Yep.
That is one of that. I had that painting forever, and I had to finally give it back. But yeah, artwork it's still like plants. You need to have it around you. You have to have beautiful things around you.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right.
Well, I think this is it. And right after we do this, I'm gonna put up a What You Whipping On. So stay tuned. That'll probably go out either later tonight or tomorrow morning. And we'll be back. Let's see, I'll be back Saturday. I'm not quite sure. Oh, Saturday is another boggy style make along. We're still Scott, till the 16th to get me pictures of your finished boggy blankets to be entered for a shipping blessing. I've also put out another challenge. If you guys know Olga Poltova, she is having a rough time right now, so we're going to help a sister out. So if you go to Olga's, either Ravelry or Etsy, and buy one of her patterns and make a boggy blanket, show me the picture of the finished boggy blanket, and then show me somehow that you purchased the pattern. You'll be also entered into to receive a $40 shipping blessing to send in your blanket. So yeah, that's really fun. That one you're going to have till like the middle of September, end of September. We'll go all the way through September with Olga's. So support your community. these videos that we put up on YouTube, 1 hour video can take 6 days to create. And it caught my thumb. And so we put these up for free. You know, of course, some of us have channel memberships, but it's cents that, you know, for every video you put up. So when we have paid for patterns, even if you don't use the pattern, gift it. That it really, really helps the content creators when we charge for our patterns. And she charges $5. That is nothing. $5 is a coffee. And it's allowing her to feed her children. So keep that in mind. Oh, thank you, Soila. And thank you for all of my pimps that are here helping us. And for those that you don't know, I call my moderators or pimps. They're professionals in management positions. In the famous words of Jeff Dunham, I can't do it. You and Daddy do that. Sweet Daddy D. When he sucks his teeth, I can't do the suck the teeth thing. It just doesn't happen right. But all right, my loves, go well, go happy, go enlightened, and be blessed. Make beautiful things, and I'll see you Saturday morning. Not quite sure who's guests or what. There's probably guests, you know.
I'll be in the chat.
Yeah, be a guest. And so Saturday, 11 a.m. And then Monday, Mindful Monday, will be at 7 p.m. Those are going to be set times now, my loves. And yeah, I love you guys. Besos. Besame mucho. Have a beautiful day, you guys. And do something for yourself today, even if it's only for a few moments. Yeah. Because that's a must. That's a must. All right. So get the outro.
Hugs, everybody. Hugs, hugs.
Do this one right now because I said so.
Bye, all. Thank you.
Fishy faces. Make beautiful things. Okay, here we go. And thank you, everyone that's come in, and thank you for all the new people.